we've seen now, and there's rumblings that, not even rumblings anymore, Rob Manfred came out.
I like how his attitudes changed from the start of the week to the end of the week.
Right. Freaking Rob Manfred comes out and, releases this statement. But he didn't, for some reason, he released it through Tony Clark, which I didn't understand because this is your whatever.
You're the buck stops with you?
Yeah, but he released it through Tony Clark, basically saying that if players do not get in line with the social distancing and the wearing of the mask and everything like that, they're going to shut down the season by Monday.
But it's not a threat.
Yeah, right.
That was blatantly clear in every article I read that what he said wasn't a threat.
Sounds like a threat.
You're telling me if people don't get in line, I'm shutting down the season. Sounds like a threat to me.
So this is all stemming off of, like we talked about last week. This is all stemming off of the Marlins, and now I believe they're up to 18 players. No, 18 people, and then including some staffers.
And this morning we had the Cardinals.
Right, the Cardinals. Yesterday, when this came out, it was because Cardinals players, like 2 Cardinals players, tested positive. But now, as of today, when we're recording this, they're saying that 4 to 6 additional players have also tested positive for COVID.
So what teams are postponed? Phillies, Miami.
Yeah.
St. Louis now.
And the Brewers.
And the Brewers. Well, they're playing, but then they had to switch schedules around because of this. How are you going to run a season if 1 week you're going to be like, oh, hold on, we have to switch the schedule around? Like, if you look at the standings, Miami's in first place.
Yeah.
Because they're, 1 and 2 or something like that? Yeah. They've played 3 games while every other team's already played almost 10 or 11 games.
Yeah.
So how are you going to have a season when you're going to be doing this? Then, in their whole bylaw things for this is putting up a competitive team. If you have to wait 14 days for your player to be able to come off this list, how are the Marlins ever going to play in the next 2 weeks?
Right.
And how is any of these other teams? It makes no sense to me. We had it when we first started, when the season came back. We said about 2 to 3 weeks.
Right.
We're starting second week on Monday. I have a feeling that by Friday next week we're done.
Yeah, I'm assuming. I'd say Friday or probably midweek, so Wednesday, Thursday.
If we don't hear any grumblings by Monday, if we got to see what the tests coming back for the weekend, I feel by Friday we're gonna have more tests. It's start of a new week, more travel. Friday, I have a feeling we're done.
The whole thing with this, and once again, it's
it's the Astros' fault.
Yes, it's smart by Manfred to get ahead of this already and basically put it on the players. But this was something that we said before all this was happening. We said this season was not going to finish and everything like that. I thought after the first, couple of games, I was like, maybe there's hope because if they're doing this a certain way. But then I realized we're on the West Coast, so we don't have a lot of issues that these other places have, right? However, this was a fail ever since this was announced because Manfred basically okayed travel. And anyone with common sense knows that if you're in a pandemic and you're traveling and, you're on these planes and everything and there's no proper circulation and, you're just out of state, period, and everything, there was a high chance that people were going to get COVID, right? However, I think it's insane that he's putting it solely on the players, that it's your fault this isn't happening because, look, I don't know if it's beneficial, but for the Marlins, we know that it seems that, I don't know if it was a whole bunch of players, but a couple of players went to a club in Miami. And they're saying that's the reason why damn near the whole team got COVID, right? I get it. For them, shame on them because they did something very selfish or clearly, I guess they didn't care or did they just thought, I don't know what they feel about COVID. But they went out, did their thing. This happened, right? However, I think it's disrespectful to put it on the entire league and say you guys aren't doing your job when No one on the Dodgers that has tested positive. No one on the Angels has tested positive. All these other teams, they're doing fine and everything like that. However, just in general, you can't control grown adults. You can't, right? People, like, I don't know, I guess they're expecting people to just get off the plane, go to the hotel, and
put on a plastic suit, walk to the hotel, get in their room, and just sit there.
Right. Which now it's coming out that, even for the Cardinals that are testing positive, today I read something that they're saying that this came from the hotel bar, which they were in the hotel. Like, what do you want us to do?
I've always felt like, okay, with this whole pandemic schedule and all this, I was like, we're playing West, Central, East.
Right.
Why didn't they do a schedule to make it make sense to not have to travel by airplane? Why can't the players travel by bus?
Right.
If you were to start, we'll use West Coast because we live out here. Case in point, Dodgers. Okay, they start the season in LA. Okay, they go up to Oakland. Mm-hmm. They play their stretch in Oakland. Right. Then they play a stretch in San Fran. Then let's drive back down.
San Diego.
No. Let's go this way. Now we're going to Colorado.
Okay.
Arizona, San Diego, Anaheim.
And then
back to LA. You make it a circuit. So you're not where, hey, if we're in Miami, we're going to fly all the way up to New York, and then we're going to fly all the way back down, and no. You do travel this way.
Right.
You could easily, if they put effort and they put people in the planning, they could have had it where it could have been that way. Mm-hmm. Then at that point, you can eliminate anything from the plane. Oh, the pilot, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you have the one bus driver. The bus driver, but that's most of these back in the days, the 1818 or 1918 when the last pandemic was going through, they never shut down baseball.
Right.
They were on buses or trains, but they had the same people that worked for them. Not with airlines. Oh, this pilot flew so many hours. Okay, this bus driver, this is his job. It's this team. He has no other jobs but this team this time.
Right.
So with that, I feel like the Major League poor planning on this. But then I feel like now that the tests are coming out more, we're going to start seeing more people drop. Mike Trout just went on paternity leave. He ain't coming back. He ain't coming back. But that's the thing. Who's next? Who's the next superstar? It's like, no, I ain't playing against this team because guess what? They're not taking it serious. Why should I risk my health and my family if they're not taking it serious?